Hey geeks, it's time for your Daredevil Daily, and we're on to episode 7, so we are over the hump. We're in the back half of the season now, but I feel like everything is just heating up. So we dive in face first into the Frank Castle trial, which was actually a huge bit. I think it actually had its own comic arc. So that's kind of exciting. He's not very compliant because he wants, his vengeance. He wants his revenge and his justice, justice for his family. He wants to find out what happened to his family. Why is it being covered up? Now, Matt, because of all of his stuff going on with Elektra, has been missing some pretty heavy things, like the opening statement, thus pissing off Foggy. Foggy delivers kind of a short but sweet opening statement. Very pissed off at Matt. And then Elektra kind of fucks some shit up for them because, Foggy figures out, oh, we can totally defame the ME and blame it on the DA and, that she was behind him doctoring the original death reports for Frank's family because supposedly it says they were all, shot with, one bullet each. And we know, obviously, from, his perspective, that he was holding his kid and, riddled with bullets, her face was pretty much blown off, I mean, that was a pretty graphic scene, a pretty graphic description, so, I mean, obviously something ain't stirring the Kool-Aid. So, they decide they're going to do that. Elektra overheard that and decided she was going to go, threaten the guy and be like, if you don't tell the truth, I'm going to come back and kill your ass. But turns out at some point, he reports 2 goons came in and threatened his family if he didn't doctor the reports and didn't doctor the report of some other male John Doe dying. So there's some definite hanky-panky going on, and not the good kind. So I can't wait to see how that traces back, and if Reyes is the actual bad guy in all of this, or if she's just, that temporary kind of thing. I don't know if I like the arc Karen's on. This show is very heavy on Catholic metaphor, and, utilizing Catholic symbols as, tools to tell the narrative, and a lot of it is Catholic guilt. There's a very literal presentation of, the good side and the bad side, and I think it's a little muddled with Karen. I think originally intended, if I remember, from the comics, she's supposed to be morally good, almost like a morally pure kind of figure, and she's kind of riding that weird gray area line that I think most of us are watching this show, so she can't really fulfill that angel on the shoulder deal that I think they're going for, because Elektra is clearly the devil. The devil! I like Elektra so far. I think I like Punisher more, obviously. But I think she's doing a hell of a job and, making a compelling and badass character. Towards the end of the episode, we end up getting a better idea of there's some crazy shit going on. We actually get drawn back to some tiebacks to the first season, when he fought Nobu, and he saw the schematic plans, and, it was a specific, blueprint. There we go. It was the building that Fisk had, gotten for the Japanese for the hand, thinking it was the Yakuza. We all know it's the hand, well, anyone who's done comics and stuff. They end up finding pretty much an empty warehouse with the exception of a gigantic freaking hole in the ground that seems thus far bottomless because the way they left it, Daredevil chucked a flashlight down it, and she's like, did it hit bottom yet? And he goes, no. She goes, well, let me know when it hits bottom. And then it just cuts out to the credits. So that's an interesting place to break it up. I can't wait to see if they actually figure out the significance of the whole or not. So my curiosity is piqued. Unfortunately, because of Elektra fucking up and threatening the one dude, you know, they can't even use his testimony to incriminate the DA, so now they're back to square one. Foggy is lit! And I honestly don't blame him. I mean, this is like the trial of the century, and his partner is essentially goofing off. You know, he's taking his time as Daredevil a lot more seriously, especially running around with an ex-girlfriend, than actually helping to try and save this guy's life. So I can totally understand where Foggy's coming from. He's got the brunt of the work at the moment because Matt's off doing his thing. I can understand his frustration completely. Karen still annoys me. More subtle stuff with Frank, which is kind of nice. And I think he does it best with the just kind of silent brooding thing, because I don't really see Punisher as someone who talks a lot, so it's great. I will give the episode, honestly, I'll give it a B-. It was not as intense, crazy intense as the prior episodes, but that's okay. It can't have high-level episodes every time. You gotta kind of get a little bit of a lull going. I like how it ended. Gives us a little reason to want to tune in and watch the next episode, which will be tomorrow. So, yep, I'll give it a B-. Not a bad episode by far. It was still a good episode. It's just not quite what I have come to expect with it. So, can't wait to see what happens with the giant hole in the ground and the further development of the characters. And with that, I guess I'll see you geeks tomorrow for episode 8. To make sure that you get that, click that little red button down there that says subscribe. That way you can get that, my Once Upon a Time review on Sunday, and of course any unboxings that I might do. Also, let me know what you thought of this episode. Did you think, like me, that it was a little on the weaker side? Did you like the fact that it was more courtroom drama based on, you know, the trial of Frank Castle, you know, the trial of the Punisher? Or, you know, would you have preferred more action, you know, more, you know, interaction, I guess, between certain characters? Let me know. I respond to all comments, so feel free. And with that, I will see you tomorrow, geeks, for your next Daredevil Daily. Later, geeks.